Because I was inverted.
Bullshit.
Tenet is Christopher Nolan's newest film. We finally got it. Yes. This is a spoiler-free review, but Tenet kind of tells the story of John David Washington's character, the protagonist, who is sent on this weird time inversion mission to prevent World War III from starting. In this mission, he must stop Kenneth Branagh's character, and he uses the help of Branagh's wife, Kat, played by Elizabeth Debicki, and our new Batman, Robert Pattinson. Okay, I can't do this. One sec. I mean, the colors kind of look cool, Batman, but I think we need some light. Okay, I hope that's better. Now, I was beyond excited for this film. It was my most anticipated movie of the entire year. I was so glad it didn't get pushed into 2021. And did it live up to the hype? Well, basically. Tenet is a film that some people will absolutely love, and some people will not like it as much because it's very complex. I loved it, but I have a few small problems with it, but keep in mind these are very tiny problems. The movie is confusing. Now, I'm not dumb, well, but sometimes a certain character will show up somewhere and you aren't exactly sure how they got there or why a certain thing is happening. And some of that is due to something else I'll mention in a little bit. But it's different from Inception in the way that in Inception, they still explain stuff to you. They explained why Tom Hardy looked like this guy in this scene, except you had to be paying attention to the dialogue. Here, it kind of just happens and you have to figure it out for yourself, kind of. So there were a few times where I got a little lost, but then a minute later I got super invested in the movie again and kind of just forgot about it. I was eating popcorn, but as the movie just went on and on, I think through the second half of the movie, I just completely stopped because I was just so focused on the movie. And it's such an investing story. Christopher Nolan, you've done it again. One other thing, this could have been my theater, but some of the voices are really hard to understand. Kenneth Branagh has a very thick accent, a very thick Russian accent, and a lot of the characters speak through a mask like this. Well, not like this, but like that. The clear mask things that you've seen in the trailer. And it makes the dialogue really hard to understand. Sometimes I just had no clue what they were saying, but also that could have just been the sound in my theater. These were very small problems. Tenet is not a flawless movie, but it was a spectacle you were expecting. The action sequences were, honestly, I'm just gonna say it, some of the best I've ever seen. I won't spoil the movie, but if you've seen the trailer, you know about the plane, or if you've just been on social media in the movie world, you know about the plane, and that whole plane sequence, along with something else that happens directly after, is, oh my Jesus. It's some of the best filmmaking I've ever seen. It's really like top 10, top 5 maybe Nolan scenes. I'll rank Nolan's films next week. I still need to rewatch Interstellar. The practical effects here are mind-blowing. I honestly cannot even comprehend how this film was made. There were some times where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on how this shot was made. So I'm like looking at it, I'm like, okay, they would have shot, set it up like this, and it lasts for like 3 seconds, switch, it edits to another one, cuts to another one, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to enjoying the movie because this is so complex. I couldn't even understand how it was made. And just the craftsmanship that went into Tenet, that alone gives this film a positive grade. I know I'm gonna pronounce this name wrong, so I'm sorry. Hoyt van Hoytema. His cinematography is phenomenal. He's done a ton of big movies. He worked with Nolan on Dunkirk and Interstellar before, but this might be his best work. The way the camera follows these characters in the inversion sequences is out of this world. I genuinely just don't understand how this movie was made, how it was shot, everything, how just the idea of it. Oh my god. All the acting is great. John David Washington, of course, I love him in BlacKkKlansman, but this role is very different for him. He's definitely one of the reasons that this unnamed protagonist works. He adds in some little jokes, which I doubt were even in the script, and it's kind of funny that Variety, I think, or some reviewing thing were like, Tenet isn't this very funny, good movie, and it's like, what? No. It is actually surprisingly really funny, maybe Nolan's funniest. And he makes this lead just so likable. Robert Pattinson, again, is great. The Lighthouse, that's that ticket there, it was my favorite movie of last year. I also love Good Time. I love Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And I'm very excited to see him as Batman. I did find it funny, though, how they kept repeating this one sentence that had the word Twilight in it. And then, like, 30 seconds later, Robert Pattinson appeared. I hate Twilight. Elizabeth Debicki, something like that. I'm sorry, I know I probably pronounced your name wrong too. It's apparently in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and apparently in the third one. I don't remember in this movie, so it was kind of cool seeing her. She kind of looks like an older, insanely skinny Saoirse Ronan, so that was fun to see, and she was great. She had a really difficult performance. I can't really get into it here, but she has some really emotional scenes, and they all worked perfectly. Kenneth Branagh plays our main antagonist here, and he has a thick, and when I say thick, I mean thick, Russian accent. As I mentioned, at times he's a bit too difficult to understand, but he's very menacing here, and that's what you really needed in a film like this. And some of that could just be my Canadian ears. Tenet is a really great film. It lived up to the hype in basically every single way. It's my favorite film of the year that everyone would consider a film, because you know, Hamilton. See this on the biggest and loudest screen you can. The action sequences are some of the best of Nolan's career, and they deserve to be viewed on the big screen. If you're a Nolan fanboy like me, you'll probably love this movie, or you'll be really confused. I'm gonna give Tenet an A. Again, I said I love this film. It did have some small problems, but it lived up to the hype in almost every single way. I'm gonna do a spoiler video. Not really sure when, because this still hasn't came out in America, so this review over time will probably gain more views, but I'm also going to rank all of Nolan's films. I rewatched some of them recently. I watched Following for the first time. I rewatched The Prestige a few nights ago, Insomnia earlier today. I still need to rewatch Interstellar though, and yes, so thank you all for watching. What is your favorite Christopher Nolan film? What did you think of Tenet in the comments down below? And I will see you guys next time. Over and out.